Garden State felt like, I'm trying to think of the chronology, because as Scrubs ended completely when you do Garden State?
No, I was very young. It was I think after the second or third season of Scrubs, because my first hiatus from Scrubs, I was in a production of Twelfth Night at the Delacorte, Shakespeare in the Park in New York, which had always been a dream of mine. And then I remember while being there writing Natalie Portman a letter, because she was my first choice. I didn't ever think she'd say yes, but she was like the archetype of who I pictured.
Sure, yeah.
And I knew that she had done The Seagull there, so I thought, oh, this will be a good angle. I'm sitting in the same dressing room where she once sat, and I'll write her a very personal note to saying, please consider the script. And then she said yes over that season 2. So it may have been after season 2 or 3, I forgot. But we shot in 2003, whatever that was.
I mean, first of all, getting Natalie Portman, and this is your directorial debut.
Yeah, and I'm young,
very young. And I remembered at the time you're stepping out of your comfort zone to say, like, I'm on this successful sitcom.
Yeah.
Everyone knows me as this guy, as this character, but I am going to make this movie.
Yeah, and it's something that's very vulnerable, saying like, "Hey, here are the things I've dealt with. Here are." I mean, I had so much chutzpah when I think back. I didn't know what I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's another gift too.
It is
to be. Were I to get in a time machine now, knowing everything I know, and someone said, "Okay, it's 1993. What you're going to do is," I'd say, "No." That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No, and that's going to be painful and awful, and I'm going to get knocked around. And no,
yeah,
I'm just going to stay right here in this armchair.
Yeah.
Because it's great not to know.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
It's a superpower.
It's a superpower. That's a great way to put it. And so, and amazing things happened. I mean, it became no one wanted to fund it at first. No one knew. It was a sort of different kind of screenplay where the third act should go. The character just go off on a quest for a piece of jewelry we've never heard about.
Right.
It didn't really follow. I was being a little bit brave with structure, and so it was hard to find someone to make it. And then I did, and then we had a really meaningful Sundance sale, and then it went on to become really successful.
How terrified, it all worked out so well, but how terrified, just knowing you, how scared were you? I always try to delineate, I've never been in this film business. I've always been in let's get in there, think of a couple of ideas. Okay, these seem pretty good. Let's get out there and do it. Bang! Crowd seemed to like it. Let's go. What's the next one? Or a crowd didn't like it. Well, we'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this idea that you're putting that much time and so much of yourself into something, and you're so young, and then it's coming out.
Yeah.
It's coming out. How scary must it be?
It was terrifying. But I feel the same way now. I have a new movie coming out. You're so vulnerable. But what else can you do? I mean, I think when you choose this career, it's like, what else are you going to do? You have to do it. You have to make stuff and go, okay, here, world. But in the spirit of not knowing what I didn't know, I'd never put myself out there. Scrubs, I was hiding behind the great Bill Lawrence. I just did what he said to do and improv some jokes, and it worked. But he was the face of it.
Right.
I mean, in Hollywood at least. Garden State was the first time saying, "Hey, world, these are some of my thoughts and feelings.
Right.
Love them or hate them," and so that's terrifying.
Yeah, you said, "Hey, now you're going to listen to me." See.
No, you say, "Hey, please, maybe look at this."
No, but I remember at the time you doing a lot of interviews. You saying, "Now you're all going to listen to me." See. And you had a big cigar.
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
I'm thinking of Guys and Dolls.
You're thinking of whenever they do like old like movies parodies. They're like, "Ah, at a pound, you."